Hello everyone, and welcome to another horror movie review with me, Angela of Morbid Heart Designs, though this movie is not a horror movie. And this month, you know, it's become Ridley Scott month because he's done so many amazing movies, and I've been on a kick of Ridley Scott movies. I see nothing wrong with this. And now I'm going to talk about a fantasy movie called Legend from 1985. This movie is as old as I am. It is PG, although it terrified me as a kid. Not all of it, but some of it. I mean, the Tim Curry devil design is pretty intimidating and scary, and then there's the scene with the evil dress that basically possesses our sweet innocent character, Mia Sara, or is it just Sarah? Either way, not sorry, I suck with names. This movie is a fantasy adventure with a touch of romance. Normally, I'm not huge into romantic movies, but I forgive this one. The romance is a large part of it. Premise of this movie is our main character Jack, portrayed by Tom Cruise, kind of like a guardian or child of the forest. He lives in an innocent world, but he has a woman that he loves, Mia Sara, who portrays Lily, and he wants to show how much he cares for her, introducing her to a unicorn, a creature that is not normally seen by humans or non-magical creatures. This introduction opens the door for the Lord of Darkness, portrayed by the talented and one-of-a-kind Tim Curry, to steal the horn, to gain power and control the land in never-ending darkness. Lily becomes part of that plan, and Jack must save the woman that he loves. If you are into fantasy movies, this is definitely one for you. This is a very kind of classic fantasy story, but it's unique at the same time. Plot is kind of simplistic, but we have very unique characters that flush it out, in my opinion. It's full of a great cast that you'll recognize from 80s movies if you're a nerd like me. I mean, Willow, Star Wars, I guess the 70s too, if you want to go back that far. But a really great cast, really great characters. And one thing that sells these great characters is the amazing makeup and creature designs that were done in this movie. Absolute stunning work that just brings you into this fantasy world. Just a side note, the director's cut is better than the original theatrical release. There are some things that were cut out of the theatrical release that makes the movie feel super choppy and like it's missing things, because surprise, it was. Some people don't really like the pace of this movie. It is from the 80s. Take it or leave it. If 80s movies aren't for you, don't watch this. Fantasy movies not for you, don't watch this. But if you like 80s, you like fantasy, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy this movie. This movie was filmed on a set, and the set doesn't necessarily say real world. However, I do feel the way it was done was actually rather successful in embracing it and making it its own world, that it sold the universe to me. It was very much picturesque in a lot of scenes, almost too perfect, but it wasn't enough to pull me out of the world. It made it feel as if I was in the world more than it may some other people. Part of that I feel might be the lighting. Some scenes felt like it was stage production. This movie has a lot of practical effects, and I absolutely love practical effects, so of course I have to comment that that is a great aspect of this movie. Practical effects are everything in my opinion. Some things do need CG or are better with CG, but hats off to anyone in the movie industry who can pull off such amazing practical effects. Overall, I do feel like this is a great movie, but it does have its flaws, so I'm only gonna give it 4 zombievers out of 5. I guess a side note in my rating, I am heavily biased to Tim Curry movies. I love Tim Curry. Man is a brilliant performer, a genius when it comes to acting, and he's not afraid to be an actor in makeup or drag. It's amazing. So there you have my thoughts on Legend from 1985, an old fantasy movie that is still fun to watch today at the age I am currently when you're hearing this, because it's as old as I am. Thank you as always to my patrons. You are all amazing, and from my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.